Hey everyone, this is Funny. Welcome to the Abroad Room by August Overseas, where we talk about what truly matters in studying abroad. And today I'm joined by the guest, Mr. Darren Wagner, who's a Vice President of Rowan University, one of the leading public research universities in the US. We'll start with your introduction first.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so let
my
us
name is Darren Wagner. I'm Vice President of Strategic Enrollment Management at Rowan University. And really what's relevant about my role here is I manage international admissions and recruitment.
All right, done. So, firstly, I would like to welcome you to our office, August
Thank you very
Overseas.
much.
Yeah, and it's great that you're here. And how's your trip to India? Before we
The,
start the serious conversation.
the trip to India is fantastic. This is, I think, my sixth visit, my fourth to Hyderabad.
Oh,
Always good.
yeah.
Good food, great people, great hospitality.
Yeah. So let's start the podcast then. We have only a couple of questions, right?
Okay.
So to begin with, majority of the students and the parents here are, like they're anxious about the politics and the visa refusals, and this current situation about the US.
Uh, I have a couple different thoughts. One is a lot of this is media and news cycle driven. Now, there are real realities. There aren't visa appointments currently. Visa issuance rates seem to be down. But in general, the US is still very welcoming to international students, students from South Asia, students from India. And I know there's concerns about current visa issuance as well as the job market. But one of the things I like to tell students when they're considering this is if you're coming for an undergraduate, you're going to be studying for 4 years. And then if you're in a STEM program, you're probably going to have 3 years OPT.
Right.
So the job market today is not the job market you're going to experience
Right,
through your
exactly.
educational career and when you graduate.
True.
And it's the same thing with the master's degrees. You're probably going to have 2 plus 3. No one would have predicted this job market 7 or 5 years ago, and we really don't know what it's going to be by the time these students complete. I believe recent cuts have probably gone a little deep, and we talk about a pendulum. I think the pendulum will start to swing back
Right.
the other direction. And as far as visa issuance and overall international education growth or decline in the US, I think when I was at NAFSA earlier this year, they talked about the international education market in the US being
Right.
$43 billion.
Right.
So a lot of institutions have seen a significant decline in the past year in their enrollments, and that's going to have a pretty large economic impact, which I think once that's realized, we'll see some of the policies moving a little more towards the center.
True. Yeah, and I have a controversial question. Yeah. So, what's your take on? A lot of people are hearing about the H-1B, fees on international students, and also people who are, people who want to apply for an H-1B visa. So, what's your take on that?
That is still not fully formed in my mind. I don't know where that's going or where that's going to land. I have a belief that it probably will not be the $100,000 per H-1B.
Right.
There was a reason H-1B was put in place. It was because
Right.
the U.S. needs highly skilled workers.
Right.
And that hasn't changed. Now, the job market shifted a little bit, but the demand and the opportunities still exist. So I think the number will probably come down, and if it doesn't, there are many businesses that will pay that type of fee to sponsor a well-qualified individual.
True.
But it really raises the competition for students completing their
Right.
education.
Yeah, and also a lot of, see, majorly the Indian parents, how they are is they're very much concerned about the safety of their children, number one. So, how do you assure, like, at Rowan, how can you assure that, this safety on campus or off campus or
Right.
what?
So I think that's a very important question. Now, there's over 4,000 institutions in the U.S., all in different locations.
True.
Some are obviously safer than others, but I can really only speak to Rowan.
Right.
Rowan, we're on an 800-acre campus. We have about 25,000 students. We're our own little town. And in that town, we have a hospital, a wellness center, medical facilities for urgent care. We have our own security staff, as well as security and police in the town and in the state. While we're located to major metropolitan areas, we're in we're separated enough from that we don't have those type of issues. We don't have crime issues.
Right.
We don't have major issues with well, I guess the best way to say it is crime. We don't
Yeah.
have those problems. The problems that we have from a crime standpoint are the things that stem from 18 to 22-year-old
Oh.
immature individuals
Right.
running
I
around
understand.
doing dumb things.
Yeah.
But we don't have violent crime.
Awesome. So let's talk about the programs that you offer. I mean, at Rowan, and what are the STEM programs and any new additions to the existing programs?
Yeah, we have a wide variety of STEM programs. Typically, we have a large portfolio of engineering programs, undergraduate and graduate. IT, we have different versions of that. Computer science, computer engineering, cybersecurity is a very popular program. And there's been a big growth in biology-related programs. Biology, bioscience, biomedical engineering, bioinformatics. These are up-and-coming programs.
Oh, nice.
As well as business. Our MBA was recently designated as a STEM program.
Oh,
so that
awesome.
provides a great opportunity there. And then from a new program standpoint, we have some new engineering programs coming out.
Right.
We have a human factors program around engineering, as well as a systems engineering program. So there are always new programs coming out, and we're bringing more and more programs online, which may be relevant for some students. Once they're in the U.S., they can take a blend of online courses and face-to-face.
Right.
So there's opportunities there around STEM programs as well.
Cool. Yeah. So for a student from a non-technical background, like let's say somebody who's from a BCom student maybe, who studied commerce and he now is interested in applying to an analytical program, or let's say something like a cybersecurity program, how do you support them?
Well, are we talking at the master's level or the undergraduate?
At the master's level, if they are.
At the master's level, what we have is we have certificates. So if a student comes and they wants to go into engineering, or even some of the technology-based programs, there's going to be an eye towards previous math, maybe statistics, some of those prerequisite programs.
Right.
We have what we call certificates of undergraduate, certificates of graduate study, that we call COGS and CUGS, that students can take as prerequisites to prepare themselves and then gain admissions into the program.
Right. So people can shift from non-technical background to a technical program and for their masters, right?
Yes, they do have the potential.
So,
yes.
Okay. If you have to give him an admission for a non-technical student, what are the main criteria, let's say? What is it? What do you look at?
Well, as you know, we look at language and GPA.
Right.
We look at backlogs too. So even in your major, we look at backlogs. If you're looking to be an engineer, you struggled in engineering courses in undergraduate. True. But then it's kind of what I talked about before. It's the math, the stats, those type of quantitative programs to make sure you have that background so that you can ultimately succeed in the coursework. Because if you don't have a strong foundation in that, you're going to struggle in the coursework.
Right. What are some key admission criteria Indian students should really focus on? You know, not about the grades and test scores. I mean, let's say any extracurricular activities. Will this, let's say sports and all, will this affect in getting good scholarships or any financial assistance from the university?
At the undergraduate level, we have scholarships. We have up to $19,000 per student, based off of merit and a few other factors. There, it's mostly your GPA and international students. All international students, we offer them $8,000 in scholarship because we're a public institution. That brings us down to in-state tuition. But beyond that, SATs are helpful in consideration, but we are a test optional school. And then at the graduate level, we don't have scholarships, but admission can be based off of statement of purpose, reference letters, things along those lines. Extracurriculars are more factored into, well, I guess they wouldn't be extracurriculars, but for performing arts and arts programs, there are other things that are taken into consideration, portfolios, auditions, things along those lines. But in general, we're looking for a well-rounded student that has an interest in learning and has a strong academic background.
Right. No sports and all.
Well, Rowan's a Division III program, so there are no scholarships for athletics.
Right.
But students can play. They can participate in most sports that we have. If you have an interest and some ability, you'll be able to get on the court, the field, in the pool, what have
Right.
you. But athletics don't factor into admissions criteria.
Okay. Right. So moving on to the next question. Yeah, your scholarships are the big concern here. Like you said, there are no scholarships for the master students. How much are you charging for a, let's say, computer science program now at Rowan?
From the master's level, we're just under 20,000. So we don't have in-state, out-of-state tuition. There isn't a difference in tuition between domestic and international students. So this is the tuition we have. There's no scholarships to help it, but it's very competitive if you look at the cost of the education
Right.
with other institutions in our region
Right.
and offering our programs. Now, from the undergraduate level, as I mentioned, we're about 28,000 per year, and we offer up to 19,000 in scholarship per year.
Right.
And what that is, it's 8,000 for all international students, and then up to an additional 11,000 based off of merit, starting at a 2.6 GPA and going up to 3.85 and above. So a 3.85 and above will generate an additional 11,000 in merit scholarship.
Right. And since we spoke about the undergraduate students, now majority of the parents are worried about the accommodation. So how is it going to be at Rowan? Do you guys have any, on-campus accommodation provided to the undergrad students, or what is it like?
Yes, we have on-campus housing, and then there's off-campus housing. Now, all freshmen are required to live on campus their first 2 years. And we have 12, maybe 13 different configurations of dorms, everything from 2 students in a room roughly half this size with common shower area to single, basically townhouse accommodations where you have private facilities. And it starts at roughly 14,000 and goes up in price.
Okay. So, and you guys help with the on-campus placements also, right? Maybe for an undergrad student, maybe helping with part-time at the university. You guys do that?
Oh yeah, part-time employment?
Yeah.
Yes. So on the F1 visa, students can work up to 20 hours a week, but they must work on campus.
Right, exactly.
As I mentioned before, we're almost 25,000 students. We're our own little town. There are over 100 different jobs, not different types of jobs that students can apply for and get employment in. I have 2 international students working in my admissions office. A lot of our IT students end up working at our help desk. They can work in their college, they can work in the dorms, they can work in food service. And one of the things that's important to point out is minimum wage in New Jersey is $15.49 an hour.
Okay.
So no international student would make less than that. And some students stay in the same job year after year and continue to increase their salary. Now, it's not enough to pay tuition, but it's certainly enough to get books, meals out. If you want to go into the city and entertain yourself, you can have some funds for that.
Yeah, and also at Rowan, do we have assistantships,
There
teaching and research assistantships?
There are teaching and research assistantships. Those aren't offered through admissions. Those are offered through the college.
Right.
So when a student gains admission, they can talk with their department and see what's available.
Okay, and you guys provide, and one of my cousin got a 60% tuition fee waiver because he got a research assistantship. So do we have anything like that at Rowan?
There are, as I was saying, those are done through the college and the departments. If there's research needs that they have, you can get an assistantship. If they need teaching assistance, you can get a teaching assistantship. But that varies. Those things aren't guaranteed to students going in. So first they should apply, gain their admissions, and then engage the department and the
What
college.
will be the criteria to get that?
That's held with the department.
Okay.
Because
the department
it could vary. If they have research needs in one area, the criteria are going to be based around those research needs.
Right.
Teaching assistantships are more standard, but it could be a variation on how many courses they're helping to manage, things along those lines.
Right. Yeah. And location matters for a lot of students. And what are some location advantages that we have at Rowan?
I think that's a great question because that's one of the 3 areas Rowan really excels is location. We're in the Northeast.
Right.
Almost 50% of the commerce in the U.S. is done within 200 miles of the
Okay.
institution.
Okay.
We're an hour and a half from New York City. We're 30 minutes from Philadelphia, an hour and a half from Baltimore, and a little over 2.5 to Washington, D.C. We're close to major international airports, the rail line that runs north and south on the East Coast, as well as major highway system.
Right.
So we have job opportunities based off of our location.
Mm-hmm.
We have mobility based off of our location. We have in New Jersey a large South Asian population, so there's community existing.
Right.
And then, as I said, we have good proximity to the cities, which provides job opportunities, but we're separated far enough that we don't have any safety concerns or issues there.
Right. Yeah. And how is the US job market shaping up for international graduates, especially in the streams of IT, healthcare, and management? How is it shaping?
Well, healthcare continues to grow.
Awesome.
Rowan has 2 medical schools, a veterinary school, several nursing programs, and I think I mentioned before some of the biomedical programs. So that market continues to grow, especially as our population ages. IT recently has, I think, plateaued. I don't know, I can't project the future where it's going to go, whether it's going to go up or down. And then, I'm sorry, what was the third?
The business and management.
Business and management continues to be strong.
Awesome.
We have also a top 50 entrepreneurship program from the undergraduate level, which finds a lot of placements, and we have a lot of good networking for these jobs as well.
Awesome.
Rowan provides career fairs, career coaching, writing workshops, a wide variety of things to help students take advantage of all of the job opportunities that are in the region.
Right. And if you could give one piece of advice to Indian parents and students, who are confused about sending their students abroad, what would it be?
It would be to apply. Apply. Rowan is ready and open to welcoming your students.
Right.
We want to provide them a fantastic experience, but they need to apply first. And I know there's hesitation with visa appointments, visa issuance, but it all starts with that application.
Correct. Yeah. And
I guess, I'm sorry, there is one other piece of advice I would give, and I've been telling students this for the past few days as I talk to them. Please do your research on the institution.
Right.
They all have great websites, a great wealth of knowledge, from videos to testimonials. Look at the courses. Find the right fit. That's the best way to ensure that your student will excel. If they find a place that they're comfortable, they fit in, and they can thrive.
Right. Yeah. So finally, one thing you wish every international student know before they land in US?
No, our students all come in. We have students from over 60 different countries.
Okay.
I hope that they know that they are welcome, they will be well taken care of, and we're dedicated to providing them the best education and experience that we can. I know there's a lot of anxiety right now around the education, and I don't think it's warranted. Right. Please know that when you come, when you send your children, we will take good care of them.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Darren. Yeah, that's about the podcast. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.